find your fruit people, make a little fruit salad of the same fruit. And what you're going to do is there's going to be either 4 or 5 people in your group, and you guys can self-select what role you want to take. I suggest if you've been a teacher already, you get a break from being a teacher. We'll have a teacher, we'll have 1 or 2 whānau members. Remember, these are really supportive family members, so they're really on board, really positive. We have a student and we have an observer. So if you are the teacher, by all means, if you're thinking about your target student, you might want to feed in some of the things that would be realistic for the situation that you're in and some of those behaviours. Otherwise, feel free to take it where you want to take it. So what you're going to do is on page 197, so the next page, you'll see a blank behaviour sheet. And what you're going to do is you're going to do a collaborative planning session with the family. And there'll be an observer there, the student can be there too, the family's there and the teacher's there, and you're working through some of those sections together. You don't by any means have to finish the whole thing, just have a go, maybe choose a section that you want to go through and how you'd work through that with the family. Thumbs up if you're getting where we're going, you're feeling okay about this. And remember, it's collaborative, so feel free to pause at any point, get ideas from people, go, oh, I'm not sure how to do this, do you want to take over and have a go? That's totally fine, it's just having a go. All good? Sweet, I'll hand out the roll cards, find your people, decide what you're going to do.
Yeah, you know.
April,
You've seen the
finding your
meme?
words.
Like every kid today.
Eileen, finding your words already. Amazing.
That's what I'm Oh, you found your tribe? I reckon destroying the furniture on the Jerry. Watermelon. Hello? Can't see. Oh, over here. No, all good. All good. You guys. Oh no, I was just saying if someone was waiting. Yes. Okay, so what for? 2 parents, 1 son.
I was just doing 1 family member, and 1 student, and then 1 observer. For me, I like to have an observer who's not in the situation so that they're just keeping an eye. Because otherwise, yeah.
What is it, Zara?
Yes.
No worries, no worries. Okay, do you go teacher, student?
My student is mine's just okay. So we both share.
So who's our teacher?
And this is just a little bit of trivia for you. Guess who my original behaviour management plan was for? That boy.
So if you have to think about your target student, you might want to just have a quick word with the person and the student.
So I had to come up with a new one. It's very, very low key.
And then basically
Very,
work
very
through
low
it. And so if you're actually just taking a photo,
Okay, see.
how would you see it?
Because Tom would roll firewall and stuff like that. That's what I mean.
So if we were having a little meeting about these behaviours, we've probably already talked to family and student about these behaviours.
So you know, sometimes
So how would you want to start? How would you explain about strategies and sort of
mine
start
is
getting some
actually
ideas about
getting
what
So we just want to create this so that we can work with
very low key, but
get your learning.
We're just gonna have a little bit of a chat just because I'm noticing a few things with
grab my back.
during group next time.
So he's very
and
active
so
and
it's
about
about
that.
this
This is
is
about
all
doing the best we can and working together.
scenarios. So at the moment we're doing a lot of stuff at the moment.
You are succeeding, we just want you to exceed even higher.
I just want to know if you have
We haven't decided on pace as well.
So, what we've
Are
got
we
is so
doing as students
coming up
are
with
students in
strategies
real life or are we making it
help you
Yeah, just like a make-believe situation.
and we call these our
Yes.
So these are what you task about
You could do your
before anything goes wrong.
Okay.
And then if we can stay in this,
like otherwise
it's nothing goes wrong.
Okay, so we're looking at limited strategies, things
So
to
some of them
try
are
and stop them.
one example we have is you could sit near the evening class and then that way if you have, I don't want it in that right there is Jesus line now. You can do that too. If we need high attention, you just go, "Why Zara?" Okay?
Okay, so thank you for
all the time, doesn't it?
So when it happens, you see my timetable, the day class timetable is going to be also with me. Otherwise I forget when you're going to do that, so that's what we got it for. But we're going to create one together as well. Yep, and then that's going to tell you what you need to
achieving success in the areas.
and you're just facing this.
So what we've been
Hey,
talking
no, you
about
can't
here
do
is
this.
just here like a while ago, we talked about things like
And
making sure that
we
you're
also know
listening
that
at
you
the
don't
right
like to get up
times,
and move
making
around.
sure that you're
So what we're
taking
going to do is we're going to
classes.
have it, once you complete this
And
task,
what did you
you
think
can go
about
a break.
that, Jessica? What was some of the
And
things
then
that
you
you
can
Oh, he's very fine with me.
each
He's
slide
from
you
mom.
take
I taught one time, yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Student voice is beautiful, and it's fun. Feeling for me.
And I think we'll definitely
So silence is better.
Oh, so for students, yeah.
I'll just keep this
Maybe that was the fun that you already know each other really well.
I've also been away.
So, that was one thing you did. So, taking you waiting your turn, what's some of the other ones?
Yeah, always.
And if you need me to come in, I will come into class.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. We'll see where we go from here, but maybe the first is just
Do we
good.
do this?
Would you like to feedback?
I got some
And then that
comments
way
just
it's
as
not
a
around.
so I like the way that you listen to each other and you work together and you made them feel like
It's amazing.
it's
It's
easy to
amazing.
communicate to
You
them
can still learn.
in class
There's an award.
I felt like we were on the same page, so yeah, really good communication
At the end of the
and
day, you can do
good
a
strategies
resistance.
to
I can also give
showing that
you
you're supporting and that
and
was for his needs.
and so
Thank you.
Yeah, how did that feel as parents?
Kids are growing up and as they
As
start
parents,
to learn
they
about start to learn how to certain things, sometimes they try new
I'll
things
start
around
here.
different people and things like
My
that. I'd like to,
I'd
like us to framework that we can work with, just to make it just you feel
So you're
supported.
on
So really good.
And
like
then
the ground.
Yeah, it's like almost
Okay, so we had a couple of things that we could put down into our preventative strategies. We were talking about some ideas, and that was awesome that you shared those. Really cool. Okay, so we're looking at some of the
students, how did that
things
feel for you?
some different schools.
Maybe I'm a vegetarian, I mean, so no,
can share some of the
I like the teachers implemented the restrict like the expectations on with the 5 steps and kind of the average like 3 already. I feel like I can get myself to just reach the 5. Yeah, the most I can reach.
No only job someone too.
Yeah, I think I'm like that bad.
And it's so
Can you
lovely.
re-explain, can you explain it again, what you do?
So it's the 5 steps, and the 5 steps, and you have them on your fingers. And usually like your first step, sit on the mat. When you're doing some of your first step, sit on the mat.
So it breaks it down.
You know, something, it's something we hadn't really thought of too much before. But now that you talk to my teacher, it's probably one of those quite different. She can be more different in her own. She's having a hard time adjusting to, because we've got quite a live wire class. Our class, they love to share ideas, they're quite Again, I don't see it as a negative. I like it in a class. I like
Yeah, because it's not too much. I think for probably not might be tough in mind, maybe like 3 would be achievable.
It takes a lot.
Well,
5 is gonna break my class up, like give me 5.
Excellent, excellent.
5.
Okay. What you reckon, observer? But then of course, and I love what you did there, this sort of out of character. I love what you did there, the background that was quite contrasting to what was in there, because often we find out able to talk about things that sometimes you get those, you get those 3 levels with parents or with kids. This is something that I'll share with you openly. This is something I might share with you. And then there's that chest up the top, which is this is my outside identity, and it's under lock and key. And sometimes you get just little peaks and that help you adjust the lens that you are framing that you are seeing more. Oh, definitely.
And good having students there as well, because then, you know, some students are like, oh, I can see this up but if everyone's in that room, they're like, you know, everyone knows what's going on.
Those 2 things that you can it's also a sign of it's a sign of sometimes it's not always, eh? Sometimes not always, sometimes
I'll be around
literally
with like, so we have our breakouts.
no, what's he done? What's she done? Right, I'll deal with it.
I think it also depends on what it's working out. If it's going to be something like coming up with a plan around a behaviour that everyone's aware of, it could be really nice to have them there, because then they feel part of it. Yeah, and you can go, well, what's working for you? What's
I think it could be even if you just be like, this is what we've done this week, this is what I have planned, and you can bring them and be like, this is
One
what
thing I
we're
did learn
putting
about
together.
this, I learned this the hard way, was
We've already got that plan, but we just
the way we do our student conferences are literally 4 pods in the classroom, the kids come and they present their own work, and the teacher just goes around and acts as a facilitator. But of course, the parents, so that's a chance for us to turn around and say, look, you know, we've just got the student conferences, are you free on Thursday? But of course, no, it was good. It was really good. It was good because you basically said that was a huge help for me, because I was like,
a beautiful job by our teacher. Just observers, I'm wondering if we just had one little thing that you thought that your teacher did really well during that meeting, because I know it can be really tricky. Sometimes having those whānau hui can be a little bit hard. So one thing that your person did really well, if you were an observer, and do you mind if we start with you?
I wrote some notes down here. So I noticed that the way that our teacher listened quite attentively to the parents and sort of started off with a question, and so she sort of asked what they've been noticing and what strategies work for them at home. She clearly explained the strategies she uses with the child, and she worked together with the parents as well, so it wasn't like, this is what I'm doing. It's, it's all, it's sharing, what she's doing as a teacher at school, and then hearing what's happening at home just to get that consistency. The parents felt reassured, and it was just like really open communication, a safe space, and she kept it really positive as well. So she was very positive about like not saying all the bad things that Jimmy's doing. It was all, the small ones as well, because that's what parents want to hear at the end of the day, but you also want it to be constructive and realistic.
Fantastic. It was very, very well done.
It was.
Next observer, yes.
I thought, Zara was amazing. She had a very good meeting, but she was really involved with the student right from the beginning, why we were here, very positive, very including of what would work for her, and let her help make some of those decisions in class, what would work. And then obviously lots of other things working well with the parents. That was one thing that stood out.
And we spoke about that as well, about including the student in it so they have some ownership of that plan. Really, really cool. And our last observer, yes.
So Regan was teacher, similar to what you shared about Zara. It was a very positive meeting. We put lots of emphasis on him, the family and the student all being on the same page, and kept reassuring anytime the family might say something like, I didn't know that was happening. Keep saying, no, it's not a bad thing, to keep making it positive. And asking a question like that, first group would ask the student first, then the family, then head share. So they got to kind of say it without maybe being like influenced by what he said.
What a lovely strategy. Nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Scott, I was just thinking through, going back to workshop 1, what would you need to do or have done before you'd even call a hui like that? So when that whānau turn up, should they be surprised? And what would you have done beforehand in terms of that relationship?
We meet with all our family, but right at the very start of the year. So we have, we call them like family-led connects, and so that's kind of the parents talking to the teachers about their child.
We have lead the teacher, we have social stories being sent out about the teacher.
We've got kind of, we also will bring home twice a year. So in term 1 and term 3, we bring all the parents, and we have reports, and we have learner-led conferences. So that's on top of our Bridge to Connects and our AEC meetings.
And then we also have our open door policy.
And then if we need any red flags, we'll meet with parents for anything that's of concern.
So you've really built up that documentation. I used to be liaison at Stonefields when Kate was there. And I noticed whenever she ran any whānau hui, so first of all, your whānau turn up at like almost 100% rate, which I think is unusual. She always started off with whānau voice. She ran beautiful meetings, really beautiful. So you've built up that relationship before you'd be calling parents down to develop a plan. I'm just wondering too, I know not everyone got through the whole plan. How useful do you think that document would be? Is it like a bit of a transition document? Because we're thinking transitions in term 4. So do anyone have any thoughts about that?
We have a school one that we follow, and our it's really laid out for us. But it is some good questions in there.
Yeah.
But we've got one that we kind of have to use.
Yeah, we've got a student profile and we write pretty much everything around their behaviour, what works for them in terms of strategies, so that the next teacher getting them knows, okay, I can actually read a little bit about them and know what works for them, what doesn't work for them.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the behaviour plan. So we'll be looking at this next step in our plans. So, have I got that right? So we're moving straight to. Oh, okay. So Torika has very kindly offered to share her plan. I'm afraid Jenny, we follow Jenny's plan, don't we, every week for her behaviour, and she seems to have stopped now, so I think I feel that she doesn't. She's better. So, yeah. So, okay. Would you like to share with us, Torika, what were the behaviours, the negative classroom behaviours?
Negative classroom behaviour is disrupting, distracting and provoking others.
Really nice and straightforward. Something to do with them. Okay. So when so first of all, why do you think the behaviours are?
So it was attention was the main one. Then the others were Brian's behaviour, fun, in and of itself, and then past experience.
I love Torika that you found the list.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So as you know, in the textbook there is a nice list that you can look at. Actually, send you back to that one.
And that's that last one, sorry, the teacher.
And then past experience, all that presentation.
And just with the where and when does this often happen? Is this independent learning time, that time?
So during learning time and when we need to be sitting at desks, especially.
Any specific time of day or subject, or just any kind of independent? Okay.
Okay, so we look at the positive opposite. So what's the positive opposite that you'd like to see for those behaviours?
I wrote sitting in correct spot. And then just not annoying others.
So what would that look like in terms of what he's
Or
actually
like
doing?
being on task, like doing task work, but without those two, yeah.
Just say stay on task. So then we've got our relationship building strategies to use. So looking at this child is enjoying attention and things. So what relationship building strategies did you think of?
We could spend special time with the student and also change negative self-image.
Nice.
We were talking before, sorry to interrupt, Julie, did you want to talk about the self-image?
Yes. So it's kind of part of the, like, why does the behaviour occur? Because he's like known to be that kid by literally the whole staff at school even. But just last week, I was just sharing with the facilitators, it's such a funny moment, I laughed in my head. He's sitting at my desk and he's like, Miss Ware, aren't you so proud of me? I was like, yes, but why? Why should I be proud of you? Because you know, I used to be so naughty and I was bad, but now I'm a good kid, I do my job.
Self-image, lovely. Okay, so then proactive strategies that you could use. So perhaps if we're looking back to the positive opposite that you're looking to see, what were the proactive strategies?
I wrote offering responsibilities, reminders like the first, next, then checklist, and then letting someone work with a buddy sometimes.
So that's lovely. So it looks like what you're saying is those strategies are to help him
So you're thinking maybe the disruption and the distraction could be that he doesn't know what he's doing, where he should be, things like that. It's missed information. Lovely. Okay. So what's some praise and encouragement that you could give or you're giving? Or have given, because it's obviously worked.
Positive forecasting, and then the biggest one is catching him being good. Being positive, yeah.
So incentives to motivate. What have you found that is an effective motivator for you?
I don't know if it can go in there as well, but the offering responsibilities like jobs.
Yeah.
Not being in charge of stuff.
You have a really good class-wide incentive system that he responds quite well to, hey?
We have like table points. So we play like when we do whole class games, then it's he's really serious about doing points on his team. So that's,
Nice. Lovely. So we've got decreasing inappropriate behaviour and ignoring. So what strategies have you used or are you using for ignoring inappropriate behaviour?
Just having non-verbal cues and or clear rules, preemptive eye contact, and ignoring the non-aggressive.
So yours are really, they sound like they're really supporting his manner as well, because they're really background things, aren't they, that other people probably completely unaware that you're using. Okay. So then we get to step 9. So we've got the following through with consequences. So but remember, these don't have to be, we talked about time out to come ban, they could be just like removal of privileges. Have you had any thoughts there? What do you think you could use might be appropriate?
Maniacal Annie feels like the removal of the crime of
Yes.
stereotype. But then it can create more work for you.
And can I just ask a question around that too? So if we're thinking of consequences, if the consequences for, so when we talked before, you said some of the verbal could be a bit aggressive. So when do we try and kind of match a consequence that somehow is connected to the behaviour?
Right.
So, usually in class, I don't know if it's appropriate or if it goes in purple or red. But if he is disrupting people or talking and something to, then I just move him and then sitting by himself. Because that's what he really doesn't like.
So it's removing that contact and that attention. Yeah.
Which is the first point something the children don't want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it kind of relates directly to that behaviour if he's provoking others, removing him from the others.
Yeah, that's a lovely one.
It's a logical consequence.
It is. And it's the kind of the lowest level, isn't it? It's not highlighting, and it's wonderful. Okay, so on Teachers Pack page 203, you've got the discipline hierarchy on there. So if you look through the steps, with our step 6 we've got our calm down area, and step 5 we've got things like your remove all of your Chromebook. So we're going from the least disruptive, that's where we go back to our earlier strategies. Before we move up to these higher ones, so that's for your reference there. So in your own behaviour plans, if you look to your the red column, is it the second to last? The first column of your behaviour plans. Have a little think about your discipline hierarchy and how that will fit with your behaviour plan strategies. You might feel that it's not appropriate to have something, or probably be something much lower level, rather than using the time out to calm down. So do you need to establish a behaviour, those progressive behaviours, if you think that's relevant to your students? So have a little thought about that. If you'd like to have to connect with your email buddy, have a look at your behaviour plans together and see what you feel would be appropriate for your student to go into that column.
So do you, for some some people, this might be a hypothetical.
Yeah.
You might have a behaviour that doesn't require you
Yes,
to go
you
through
might
it.
not.
So just maybe a hypothetical.
Yeah, if it gets there, but it's chances that you may not feel that that was necessary for your student.
You don't remember who their email buddies are?
Did you want to just put that pair up and I'll just share it? Sorry, what you're thinking with working.
For what London adapts, I don't think she's no good. That's why I get my most confidence from my confidence for me.
When I have it written on my hair, so which one? Yeah. To remind me how much compliments that you're talking about my hair. So it's like, I had a few meetings like this morning. On top of it, there's a couple about that you have to write, you have to a little bit, not all of that. They do, the problem is that now our parents are quite passionate.
We did our student survey and our students said they don't have their final note. Did you see that?
It's just a voice in you.
So the chicken is one.
Yeah. That you think you're going to get a photo?
Should they not? We're not sure. Because their parents don't come out. You would talk to them at the playground at the end of the day if there was happening. The kids that are there are Japanese a little bit. Now it's waking up. These other ones. That's what I mean.
So it's up in the air what I put this at the table.
So maybe it might eventually, like yesterday, I asked because I needed a job, and two of them were mine, and they sound like
Right now, not the head. So the biggest problem is just be sitting at the table
but it's not even like culture. I'm like, wait a second. It also makes me help you with work.
and it's not just a table itself, it's still the table that fits three people.
I use a big thing around age. My family up to this point we use it the same as my freedom.
Don't worry.
Remove the from and she was like, oh, no, I want to be
This way, it's going to inspire kids. See how seniors do
And as you say, we're going to write for our artist. Started last week.
So travel is actually, so
Well, when you go to download it, it's quite
Let's process our hearts.
so I can't find it. So you should just add a descriptive block. Yeah.
Which is
So just talking actually in our group about how it's interesting having gone through the Incredible Years process, that now that we're looking at this last stage, most people, it was just something like to come and sit with the teacher, to sit away from the group and move next to the teacher. So it's interesting that perhaps in the past you wouldn't have thought that would be your top strategy, your final strategy, but it just shows how much we've got in place before that to really support that student going into negative consequences and having really to do very little at that level. So it's lovely. Cool, that's it here.
So we're just going to finish off by going through our little review, talking about our homework, and then we'll finish off with a super time. So, if we don't mind starting with one person, we'll just go around in the circle and just go through our one sentence at a time. Is that all good? Anyone want to start us off? Chris, thank you. We love that.
Preparation is the key. Carefully plan a hierarchy of developmentally appropriate responses to particular misbehaviours. Preserve time out for aggression or severe oppositional behaviour.
Perfect. So it's that top of the table. We only use it if we really have to. Gorgeous. Should we go? Yep.
Yeah. Teach and rehearse time out procedures so students know how to behave and have learned calm down strategies to use while in time out.
Fantastic. And whatever you call it, same thing, calm down corner. It's just that we have to teach those skills before we introduce it. Fantastic.
Be prepared for testing when first using time.
Yep, so always going to get pushed back. I love, I'm doing time out with my 3-year-old at the moment who gets very upset when I wake her up from a nap and then tries to kick me, which is not okay. So, yeah, the testing is true because she follows me as I go, you just do some rest, and she'll follow me and I'm like, do some rest. So I feel that very strongly. Right, next one.
Monitor teacher anger in order to avoid sudden explosions. Good morning.
It's 3 to 5 minutes time out with 2 minutes of time at the end.
Lovely. Yes.
Help students signal a child in timeout and give child privacy to calm down.
Beautiful. So teachers to ignore.
Cool. Be friendly and respectful but firm. Control your negative emotions.
And we talked about those calming strategies for ourselves. So important because that's probably the hardest part is staying calm when someone else is very, very distressed.
After timeout is over, re-engage child as soon as possible and give attention to positive behaviours.
Beautiful.
Obtain parental support for your discipline plan.
Awesome. So final engagement, so critical. Last one.
And providing your learning trials as soon as possible.
Cool. So the trials is basically give them an opportunity to be successful as soon as you can after something. If you're having to do a negative consequence, make sure that you're giving them a really strong opportunity to be successful and positive engagement straight afterwards. Awesome. So for homework this week, there's 3 chapters. Again, do what you can. Dip in, look at those the subheadings. So this is relevant for me. Maybe I'll miss that one. We know that your time is really precious, especially coming into the end of the year and we're all feeling tired. So just do what you can. Take what is important. So 8, 9 and 10. Most important thing is keep using that behaviour plan. Yeah? Keep trying those strategies, making sure that you're giving them a go. Hopefully all of you guys have scheduled in your second visit with us. And so for that visit, most of the time what we get you to do is make like a really quick little video of yourself using one of the strategies that you're using with your target student. You choose which strategy. Could be one you think you're going really well on, or it could be one that you're like, man, I thought this was a failure, I need some advice, I want to workshop this. That's totally fine. Up to you and whatever you're comfortable with. Cool. So, evaluation sheets at the back of our teacher's pack, I believe. Is there a page number for those? 25. Thank you, 25. So if you could do those quickly, and then we'll finish up with our super time. And you bring them up to the front with you guys. Look, you guys, star students. Love to see it.
Sometimes it gets too technical.
This is in the book.
Yeah, correct.
This wasn't.
How long have things been? Yeah.
I know because you two want to be like, move, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's beautiful. I didn't say that. Yes, I did. Because I think the first one finished about 2:30 or something, wasn't it? The last one finished about 2:30. And then was messed up. That helps you with these teachings. Very good.
So if we're finished, just bring them up here and then we will finish the practice time. What is it? Does it go over to 2 pages? Ah, that's so annoying. Oh, yeah, I noticed that wasn't on there. And I was like, oh, it's supposed to be on there. I'm not mixing it together.
But what are you smashing it? It's not what my thinking is, that's what we're brown. Like, into the
It's just like,
have you heard about color theory? Because I tell you what, a lot of those colors can't leave their house.
and once you're finished,
Now, she's like,
okay, you can pop your things down and just pop into a circle and we'll finish off with a circle time and then Lovely. So for our circle today, what the topic is going to be is one thing my target student does well. So close your eyes for a moment. I want you to picture their beautiful angel faces and I want you to think, what do you do well? And we'll get started in 10 seconds. I'm sure there's so many things. So many things. I'm trying to think of who my target student should be. So very many. What is
It's one of us.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that actually. I was thinking of the little people. One thing my target student does well is he is himself all the time, unapologetically, makes no excuses for being himself, and is very authentic. And I love that.
Oh, I'm just thinking of my little one who wouldn't even stay in the classroom at the beginning of the year. And now he's working in a group and compromising and coping with disappointment. Yeah, it was beautiful.
My target student he loves to share his culture and his language, and he just gets really excited like teaching others about that and sharing it, which is awesome. And he also loves taking on responsibilities, like he just loves to sort of take on those leadership roles. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the most recent target student. She didn't have the most difficult behaviours, challenging behaviours, but she was like super empathetic and tuned into other people's needs. So that was really cool. And like Anna says, she loved to teach. I love it to us teachers or students, anybody who listens. So yeah.
One thing my target student does well is crack us all up. Not in the bad way either, in the good way. There's a good way of lifting the spirits of everybody.
One of my target students would like to distract on the floor, so she could try and channel her energy towards focusing. So she's focused on me, making sure that I actually remember what I'm supposed to be doing, because apparently I've got a fish brain. So it's great. I mean, at least she's actually not distracting in the classroom, but she's now like sitting with me.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
One sister says for my target students, she opens her mind and like come to chat with me, and very positive engagement in my teaching, and I can see her progress in the learnings on the assessment right now, which is a very big role for her. Yeah.
Cool. My target student, he is a great development leader. He has great leadership skills.
Something that I admire about my target student is he loves to come to school every day.
Every day.
Nice.
It's not being forced. He's actually enjoys coming to school.
Cool.
My target student is very talented at any type of performing arts. He's the best actor, best dancer, but especially the best singer that we've
My target learner, when he does do the work, he's so proud of himself.
My target learner is very passionate about PE, and PE is not one of my favourite things, but he makes it enjoyable because he's helping me to decide what we're going to do, and he also comes and lead it, and gets all the equipment, and he'll set it up, and he's very helpful when it comes to PE, which is great.
My target learner is so creative, and they now have the confidence to apply that to their work.
My target student bounces back really well when things go wrong, which is lovely. Able to use other strategies.
She has a beautiful imagination, which is really great.
My target student is comfortable, very comfortable in his own company, so can play by himself, but he is making improvements to play with friends and joining in with that play with peer rather than just being there. He's engaging, which is cool to see.
So with my students, like Emily, I just admire his resilience. That every day he comes in and it's a clean slate and it's a fresh start. And he doesn't seem to get knocked back by all the stuff that happened yesterday or the day before. And he's smiling and happy to go.
That was lovely. It's so nice to think sometimes these behaviours can feel so big, and then when you stop and reflect on those good things, and actually there's always gems in there, right? So it's so nice. So that's us. Yeah, I was just going to say, it's been so nice having you guys with us. We loved it.
Thank you guys for being so welcoming to us. The whole, it was really lovely spending time with and hearing your wonderful ideas you shared.
Yeah, thank you very much. We really enjoyed it. And so we'll finish off with our karakia. I don't think it's up on the screen. It's gone to sleep. Let's see it. Oh,
it's my kids.
Oh, here they are. Lovely. I'll move out of the way.
We usually use this one in the morning, but essentially it can.
Is it the wrong one?
No, it's fine because you can. It's basically acknowledging what's within you and what's outside of you as well. You've got the land and below you, your hands, your So we should read it together. Tutau mai roma, tutau mai raro, tutau mai roto, tutau mai waho, kia tarai te mauri tu, te mauri ora ki te kawa, hone huie tai kine. Beautiful, beautiful one. Thank you for sharing.
In fact, I can see some people have already put their name badges. You're better at remembering than us. Thanks for putting your name badges.
That's our first time remembering. Always in the car. You're welcome. Rick.
No, that we're also and I was going to pick up